Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to the DigitalBlackmagic channel. My name is Christoph Esch and today I'm going to show you how to update your BIOS within Windows when you're using a Fujitsu computer. My desktop is a Fujitsu Celsius W530 and it has a pending BIOS update. I'm going to show you how I apply it. Have fun with the video. Fujitsu follows a similar approach as Lenovo does with the ThinkPad software I introduced before. The software created by Fujitsu is called Desk Update and it will provide drivers for your hardware components or firmware like BIOS updates for your computer, similarly as the ThinkPad software does. The Desk Update software requires administrative privileges to run and it will provide all the updates from internet sources provided by Fujitsu. Next is the search for the update. This takes a while and we get the expected BIOS update. So next thing to do is applying it to the current machine. Unfortunately, this machine holds virtual machines as a host, so the BIOS update is about to fail because the BIOS update needs direct access to the hardware and this is not possible in this configuration. We need to alter the software and the hardware settings of the machine. Nevertheless, I click on Apply Update. The updater creates the environment, then finds the Hyper-V installed and then cancels the update due to Hyper-V. Hyper-V is a Windows feature, so we need to get rid of that. Windows features can be found in the control panel at Features in the upper left corner of the Software and Programs dialog. We're looking for it and ticking it off. Hyper-V is Microsoft's implementation of a hardware virtualization tool. It is perfectly alright, but for BIOS update it is just in the way and needs to go for now, temporarily. Disabling it leads to a setup which then requires a reboot. While restarting, the computer states they are applying updates, which is a false information. The computer just reconfigures Windows. After the reboot and disabling Hyper-V, we can use the Desk Update software again and try to apply the update again. Therefore, we need to search for it again and of course find it again, and then we need to apply the update again. This will fail once again because the CPU settings of the machine's hardware are still in virtualization mode and that prevents the update from proceeding. In the update process, we are asked to restart the machine shortly after the update has been applied. So the next stop will be the computer's BIOS, not to be confused with the RAID BIOS we saw in a previous video. I will restart the computer once more and enter the BIOS to disable the CPU's hardware virtualization features. I will explain virtualization in a future video. In the advanced section of the BIOS, you find CPU configuration. Here you find the VT-D, which is the virtualization part of Intel's technologies, as well as TXT-LT support and Intel virtualization technologies itself. All of these must be disabled to do the BIOS update within Windows. After disabling the features, we can save and exit the BIOS and then restart the computer once more. I dislike BIOS updates to this computer because it is always the same hassle as shown here. For most computers, it shouldn't be a problem to update a BIOS. We are not in the late 90s when the process itself was a hassle and a serious threat to your computer. But my machine is a special one and specially configured. This makes the BIOS update a kind of a gamble. Again, not threatening the hardware, but my configuration. But as they always say, no risk, no fun. After the restart, I reopen Fujitsu's Desk Update software to apply the update once again. After searching for the update and of course finding it, I start the update process once again. The update environment is created with the BIOS update warning. Once again, we proceed and finally the update is applied to the system. At this point, it is crucial to exercise extreme patience. Don't switch off the computer. Don't feel like it is stuck or hung up somewhere because it may not react. Just don't touch it, walk away and come back in 5 minutes. After the BIOS update, the machine requires a reboot. In the reboot process, the system shuts off. That is to apply the BIOS update and reset the BIOS after it got installed. I power the machine on again and Windows starts normally. Now I will use Fujitsu software once again to check if any further updates are available. I don't think so, but I need to check that. After that, I will reconfigure the hypervisor so that I can use my virtual machines again. Again, I start Fujitsu's Desk Update and search for updates. As presumed, there are no further updates available to my machine. Next up is the BIOS to re-enable the processor's virtualization functions. Using the Advanced tab, I select CPU configuration and enable Intel's virtualization technology, as well as the VT-D and Intel's TXT-LT support. So all I disabled is enabled again and we can go back to Windows to reapply Microsoft's Hyper-V. Within the reboot, the computer switches off and then on again. This must be done to switch the CPU's configuration from normal to hypervisor enabled. So the hardware configuration of the CPU is changed. Going back to the control panel, in the control panel you select Programs and Features. And then the upper left corner you find the Windows features and we undo the change we did before the BIOS update. So we enable Hyper-V. The installation of the components will take a while and will lead to a restart. And now the hypervisor and Hyper-V manager are back in the system tray, so all is good and it can be used again. That's about it with the video. Unfortunately, the aftermath of this video took me 4 hours because the network configuration of my system was corrupted and to fix it I had to do some magic tricks. According to internet sources, which I can't verify, this is a common problem with Windows 10 and Hyper-V. Unfortunately, there is no real fix, so I leave it to your imagination what I did to make it run again. Nevertheless, the purpose of the video came out just fine. I wanted to show you how to upgrade the BIOS within Windows. From my experience, I can tell you that you need to make a risk assessment when you do a BIOS update. It has nothing to do with the 1990s myth of getting your computer into trouble. It has to do with your personal configuration. If there is anything fragile or out of the ordinary, it can be a good option not to do a BIOS update. That's it for the video. Everything is set and done. The machine is up and running again. I would love to see a comment of yours in the comment section below. You're welcome to leave a like if you liked the video. I appreciate any subscriptions. I'm looking forward to the next video now, and I wish you a nice day. Goodbye.